a savvy person? Are you guys obvious like looking for deals to save money like all the time?
No, I'm not really concerned about. Wait, I'm not good at it. I mean, I do spend money. I usually do look around for the better deal, but I mean, I don't really buy much.
I am.
Okay, I'm a little too shy now. I'm sorry.
Tony, if you need to, you can just shut your screen off, buddy. Okay.
Yeah, that minion's staring into my soul.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Just shut your camera off. You can still listen and feel free to participate. We really want this to be like as much of an
Everything's on a credit card
conversation.
now, man.
But if you're not talking to us, maybe you can just mute your microphone so that we don't have any of that feedback from whatever noise is in the background. All right. Okay, so some of us are looking for deals, others are looking for ideas on how to save money, right? So you came to the right place. I consider myself sort of in the middle. Like I like to get a good deal. Sometimes when I get something like on clearance, I'm super excited about, you know, the discount, but then there's other times where I should be a little bit more savvy, like, and I should shop around a little bit more than I do. So food is like one of the really big areas where we spend money all the time, right? We have to eat every day. We're planning our meals, you know, for the week. If we have family members, it's like an even bigger cost. So this is like a really big area that we can work to try to save some money. Do you guys have any good food money saving tips?
I use Ibotta.
Oh, nice. I've been curious about that. Can you tell us a little bit about what it is?
Well, it's an app you put on your phone, and there's like tons of things on it. Like you can get money back from food, like taxables. Some places have it. Some apps have like, oh, what's that other one there? Let me check. Well, I've made $100.
Wow. Now, how does that work? Do you have to scan the items when you're purchasing them, or how do you?
No, you don't have to scan them. I got several apps I do. No, what you do is go on the app, pick what you like, make a list, and then you go by what you like. You can go by with sales and stuff. And then when you get home or whatever, you take a picture of your receipt and send it. And if you have one of the items that are on the list, you got to make sure it's checked. And they'll send you money. They'll put money into your account.
Wow.
And after $20, you can withdraw it.
Wow, that's really neat. I have a similar app on here in a few slides that is like the same idea as Ibotta, but you don't do any work ahead of time. So you just do your grocery shopping like you would normally, and then you take a picture of your receipt and upload it. And if you happen to have anything, any of the qualifying items, I don't know how they determine that, then you'll get like a credit for that. So it would be, maybe you could even use both of them. So that's kind of neat. Ibotta, look at us. Sign of the times, right? We're using these apps. That's great.
I use Receipt Hawk, Coin Out, Fetch Rewards, Ibotta, Saving Stars, Checkout 51. No, not Instant Cut. Oh, I could use that.
I think Checkout 51 is the one that I put in the presentation later. That's cool.
Okay, cool.
So you use that one too. You can, you know what, if you wanted to, you could go ahead and drop those into the chat. So if other students were interested in checking out those apps, they could do that as well, if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't mind. If I know how to do it.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Those are great tips.
You got my pen and pencil ready now.
Oh, look at Don's ready. Yeah.
I'm gonna write some of these down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take a picture.
Good idea. There you go. So, you know, Ibotta is like one of the newer coupon apps, right? You can use, there's still coupons that come in, you know, in the paper, but I don't know how many of us are really getting the paper anymore. But you can also go onto certain websites and print off coupons or grab the scan code. Sometimes that'll work as well. But the apps are a really neat way to do that. And I've highlighted a few of those here. Coupons.com is a neat one and very widely accepted. I thought Checkout 51 sounded really good because you don't have to do any of that preparatory work. It's purely like,
it only takes 2
of
seconds to do the preparatory work.
does it? I'm like,
Yeah, you do. I'm sorry, keep talking over you.
That's great. I feel like sometimes the planning part is where I really struggle, and I could use some of these tips for sure. So maybe I'll think about that. Saving Star is another one, and those can be used at some of the discount stores like Dollar General. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if you know, Ibotta and Checkout 51 are able to be used there. So I wanted to make sure to include that. But also I would say, like, think about the stores that you regularly go grocery shopping at. Is it Hannaford, Price Chopper, Market Basket? And get comfortable with their websites as well. They often have coupons on there or some sort of deal, you know, that you might want to be aware of. So you can definitely check out the websites of the places where you're already shopping. So it's almost like no extra work, right? You're just checking out what's available to you this week at your grocery store.
Can I say something?
Oh, please, yeah.
Well, on the Ibotta, you can shop basically anywhere. You can go to hook up your card from Hannaford's, Price Chopper, Walmart, and stuff.
That's awesome.
Like they have their links on there, and you buy the stuff there and take a picture. I don't know how to put this up on the. How do I put that picture up on the thing?
There should be like a little button down on the middle of your Zoom screen that says chat. If you just click that, I don't know if you can add a picture. Are you on your phone right now?
Yeah.
My screen has a share option. That might
Oh, I
be.
see that.
I think share is like share screen.
Uh,
But if you want, you can always just take a picture and send it to my email, and I can try to share that on our Blackboard page after the fact, if that's easier for you.
I got the chat part, but it doesn't have it where I can upload
I
the
wish
picture.
that I was more tech savvy and I could tell you exactly how to share that picture for us, but I am not the gal for you on this one. But here are some other tips. Some of them might seem obvious, but we forget in the hustle and bustle of every day, right? About being prepared before you food shop. Some of these are obvious. Don't shop on an empty stomach. When you're hungry, you're going to be snatching all of the snacks and you might not necessarily need those. It might put you over your budget, that type of thing. So make sure you have something in your tummy before you head out. Look, you know, at the coupons. Obviously, we talked about those coupon apps are awesome because there's very minimal preparatory work that goes into it, which fits into my lifestyle really well. Also, take a peek at what you already have. What's in your cupboards and your refrigerator at home? You know, maybe you can get kind of crafty with what meals you can make, you know, out of the things you have. Sometimes my husband and I make it like a challenge, like a pantry challenge or whatever. You know, every other week or every 3 weeks to try to get a clean out so that we're not spending money unnecessarily, but we're also utilizing what we have. Sorry. We don't want to waste food either, right? So that's a good idea. When you're looking at the sale flyers for the week, why don't you make a meal plan based around the sale flyers? Those are foods that are already on sale this week, and you could come up with like fun and creative meals to make based on what's on sale. What's in season is often cheaper than what's not in season, and it tastes better, it's fresher, it's, you know, all of the good things. Another good thing to keep in mind is buying in bulk, especially if there's things that you use repeatedly in your meals every week, pasta, rice, things like that. When you see that they're on sale, if you're able to, stock up on those items so that you're not, you know, running out to the store to get these things when they're full price. You kind of have like a a stock in your house. You guys, it's been really great for us. We call it our COVID pantry. And when we're at the store and we see something like this that's on sale that we use anyway, we get a few extra and we stock it in our COVID pantry. And it's been really nice. We've been like, going through it, even though we're not really restricted from using the grocery stores, but it's nice to have that down there. And we're like, oh yeah, I think we have some goodies down there, and we go and grab them. But just a nice way to kind of think ahead. Also, this is like an obvious one, but don't pay for convenience. It's much more expensive to buy veggies that are already chopped up for you. You can get 4 heads of cauliflower at Market Basket for under $5. But if you go and you get the cauliflower that's already been cut and trimmed, you're going to pay $5 for the amount of 1 or 1.5 heads. So think about, you can do those things at home, right? Especially to save money. And just stick to your list. These are some of the things that we came up with, but I'd love to hear from you guys if you have other tips for grocery shopping and being prepared for that.
So I want to jump in here a little bit with just Sarah's guide to cheap meals. So thinking about buying in bulk and stocking up on things when they're on sale. We always at my house, and I know it's hard if you don't have the money to start with to buy the bulk thing, but if you do, our big fallback meal is rice and then a can of diced tomatoes and a can of beans, and you add black beans or pinto beans, but black beans in particular for this one, and then add salt, garlic, cumin, chili pepper, and just heat it up, mix it up. It's a hot meal. It fills you up, and with just the 1 can of beans, 1 can of tomatoes, and a few cups of rice, you get 4 or 5 meals, and the cost total is a couple bucks. So really thinking about what's the cheapest meal I can get to really stretch my dollars, get a lot of good nutrients, and not spend a ton of money. And a lot of it for me starts with rice and beans, and then what can I add to that? My other meal that I eat almost every day for lunch is just rice and frozen broccoli is how it starts. And sometimes I add frozen edamame, just that's another cheap bag of frozen that I throw on there. Maybe some chickpeas, cover it in hot sauce sometimes I put soy sauce on it. It's another super, super cheap, really filling, really quick to make, right? If you're also really busy trying to manage your classes and working a job, it's really passive, right? The rice boils, you throw the other stuff on, and you have a meal. So that's one of my really cheap meals. I also have tips about spicing up or stretching ramen if anyone wants those. And I bet a lot of you are better than I am at this stuff. So if any of you have some of those real struggle meals, this is probably.
I don't really have a struggle meal, but I got an idea. You can always grow your own food.
Ooh, I like that.
My dad grows a bunch of vegetables. We had 14 tomato plants. We had so many we couldn't even eat them all. So
wow,
way cheaper.
Yeah, and those are delicious tomatoes, right?
Yeah, if you don't mind setting up a few traps, you could probably get some meat out of it too.
Well, there's that. And that's true. If you know how to do your own stuff, a lot of it starts with that overhead cost, right? You have to have the money to start, to have the soil to start the garden, or have the equipment to hunt or trap if that's something you want to do. But there are certainly people who can really almost fend for themselves.
You can buy a pack of tomato seeds that has about 30 seeds for around $3 to $4, right? And it takes a while to get them, right? But think about it. How much you buy 6 tomatoes at the supermarket for $3 to $4. You're getting 30 plants. And how many tomatoes are each plant going to grow?
And you can buy them with food stamps.
You can. Food stamps are good at for some of that stuff, and also they're good at farmers markets. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, they give you extra for if you go to a farmers market, whatever.
That's a great tip.
They give you I forgot what you call it. It for your it's extra on your food stamps.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great tip, Linda.
I had a similar meal, Sarah, when I was in school and studying all the time. That was like my go-to. Bird's Eye, and now even Market Basket brand has like steamable rice and veggie mixes in the frozen section. I think it's like $1, I mean, and per bag, and it's technically like 2 servings, but those are awesome to you know, spice up with whatever leftover, you know, chicken or steak you had from the night before. I would just
Yeah, that's the thing. The quick way to save money is to make sure to always eat all your leftovers. Like I don't even eat anything new for lunch. Legit, like everything I eat for breakfast and lunch is pretty much just stuff from last night.
I love that, Logan. That was one of my tips. Cook once, eat
Yeah, I
twice.
mean,
That's
I don't
great.
like. I'm still living with my parents right now. But I mean, I still do that. I mean, we don't have as much. But I mean, you can still do that if you're alone. You know, just make sure with a lot of foods they're really cheap. Like if you're making pasta, or rice, and stuff, you really only need to focus on dinner. So you only need to cook once a day, right? So that saves time, and time is money, right?
Yeah.
And you get three meals out of it, maybe more.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great one. Eat your leftovers. You'd be surprised what you find in that fridge, right?
Some foods are better as leftovers than they are originally. Like I know a lot of people, you know, if you're making a Thanksgiving turkey, right? They say the leftover turkey is better than the actual, like when it's first cooked.
Yeah, it is.
Make it into a sandwich.
And you can also freeze stuff too.
Yeah, freezing stuff's good too. You get like it's always good to have at least a few things frozen just in case you can't make it to the supermarket. Like let's just say, you know, a snowstorm hits and you can't get out, then you have a few frozen meals in there and you cook them. That's just if you haven't lost power.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Logan. I should have mentioned that, but we always like to keep 1 or 2 fallbacks in the freezer. So if you have one of those nights during the week where maybe you didn't stick to your plan and do all the meal prep you should have, it can still help you so that you're not ordering out, right? Because ordering food is like one of the biggest, you know, money out the window
If you
situation.
think about it, ordering food isn't that much more expensive because you're not paying for the gas bill. Right? Because when you cook yourself, you're paying for fuel and gas, right? For the stove. But if you're ordering out, you don't need to pay for that. I mean, it's still more expensive, but yeah. I mean, that's why like usually when my family orders out, you know, we usually order more than we need, so that way you get at least more than one meal from it.
Yeah.
Plus you have to pay for a delivery fee too.
I mean, unless you pick it up yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Delivery fees, what is that? Usually like 20%?
Depends.
I would also add to that too, like if you do go out to dinner, you know, portion up what you're going to eat and pack up the rest. So that way you're not tempted to eat more and then you find out you don't have any leftovers for tomorrow. You know, kind of, man, I can get 3 meals out of this and kind of
like Chinese food's really good for that. Yeah, like you order lo mein, you get like 3 days worth of food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You want to know what, from when I was in college, my going out to eat trick, I would have a Walmart brand like Carnation instant breakfast before I would go out. And it's like a 25-cent meal. And that would be enough that I wasn't really hungry and I'd had something. And then I would eat just a really small amount of whatever I ordered. And then whatever was left, I could usually split into 2 more meals. That could be lunch and dinner again the next day. So that little, and you can do it with anything, but just like a little snack, like a protein bar or something else that was really cheap. And you could really turn that around and apply it to even your regular dinner at home. What's something really cheap to get you started? And then you can have a smaller portion of whatever you're more expensive and sort of stretch those more expensive ingredients.
The reason that works is because when you eat anything, usually your body takes about 20 minutes to realize you've eaten. So that's what speed eaters do, except the opposite. Like basically, because when you're doing competitive eating, if your body can't tell how much you've eaten until like 10 minutes later. So like what you're doing then is you're essentially tricking your body into a thing saying you're not hungry.
Right. Going out to eat, you have it at home, you then have the space before you get to the restaurant, and by the time your meal's in front of you, your body knows, hey, I've had something, and you're not so hungry. So it's just a way to stretch.
Yeah.
You could also be strategic with the restaurant that you pick. So if you go to, say, Olive Garden, you can order a meal, never touch it, but then eat salad for the whole meal. So if you think about where you can have, refill,
Or just take advantage of the free
it's
bread.
free.
Yeah.
Right. Take advantage of the free bread. Like, I remember my family went to Texas Roadhouse a week ago. We took home like 6 rolls. We still got some in the fridge. Like, they were good too. Yeah, like, like the sweet rolls with like the cinnamon butter you get at Texas Roadhouse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took some of those home. I don't think we're supposed to do that, but we did.
You can take anything home.
I don't think they would reuse
Yeah,
them
take
so much.
advantage of that. Like, I mean, you don't even you don't really need to order an appetizer if you got the bread. I mean, I still do, because I eat a crap. Like, I'm never not hungry. Like, it's just a weird thing, I'm always hungry.
I am too.
Man, I just think, also, I'm thinking about starting working out during quarantine too. So I'm gonna have to, you got to make sure you eat enough when you're working out so you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, you'll have to get eat lots of protein.
Yep, lots of protein. Protein tastes good. I'm just saying. Like, I know I can't wait until this Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a huge turkey. My dad makes great turkey.
Nice.
Yeah.
You also have to eat a carb too.
Yeah, carbs too. Like, there are a lot of things that can provide carbs. Oh, you pretty much need everything when you're working out. Like, carbs, you need vitamins, calcium, iron. Just eat a balanced diet.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you eat a lot of it, because you're going to be burning a lot of calories.
Yeah.
Carbs,
I'm making
absolutely a staple of my diet.
What is?
Carbs are absolutely a staple of my own diet. Like, my diet.
Rice, man, my dad makes rice with every meal, so I eat tons of carbs. Yeah.
All right, you're making everybody hungry. We got to move on to another one.
It's dinner time. Come on, it's 5:30. Like,
I'm having dinner right after this.
When the food's ready.
I'm having dinner right after this. No joke.
All right.
So, wait, before you guys get off the topic of eating out, what would you think if you were on like a date and your date tried to pull out a coupon, to pay with a coupon?
What would you think?
I mean, well, I'm honestly, my girlfriend did that. I don't know where she'd be getting coupons, because but
newspaper.
I know, I don't think she reads the newspaper though. But like, I mean, I wouldn't really care. I mean,
I know, I was thinking about this and I thought, you know what, it might be a really good sign about how savvy they are, right?
I probably wouldn't even notice, not gonna lie. I wouldn't. I mean,
well, you can always look for, like we were mentioning, some of the restaurants that have like, all you can eat salad and breadsticks or whatever, but some restaurants, I think like the 99 at least used to do like 2-for-1 entree times or
I think there are restaurants that still do that. It's like 2 entrees for $19.99.
Yeah, download their app.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, does the app work for meals out also?
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
Wait.
Now people are writing it down.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, was that?
I just remembered another thing. Whenever you get a gift card to a restaurant, make sure you use the whole thing, because I remember I'd always use it like once or twice and never use it again, because I'm like, oh, there's only a few dollars on this. Working at Wendy's, I'll have people go in. It's like, I don't know how much is left in this gift card, and they'll be like $2.30 or whatever, and they use it up. You gotta just use up your entire gift card.
Yeah, don't leave money on the table.
Partially with it.
That's a Frosty.
All right, so we'll move on now from the food category to shopping. Shopping for other things. This is another place where we can really save some money if we do a little bit of preparatory work, right? I don't know if you guys have seen, but a new thing where I am is borrowing sites, like on Facebook. We have like local town borrowing sites. So instead of buying, the leaf blower that you only need twice a year or whatever, I'm seeing a lot of people looking to borrow items like that first.
Or borrow it from your dad. Your
Or
dad.
borrow
like,
from
my
your
dad has
dad
a
or a
bunch of kids and
friend,
stuff
right? You
living
don't need a Facebook group to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my dad borrowed stuff from his dad.
Right.
Like he borrowed his truck.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But-
Borrow before you buy.
Yeah.
Also, sell items that you're not using. If you're if you're like a shopper and you just are like fiending for that next purchase, what if you made a deal with yourself that like you couldn't purchase anything until you cleared out a little bit of your closet? Either sell items that are in good shape that you're not using anymore. There's a ton of online platforms for that. Facebook Marketplace is like so easy if you have a Facebook account to do that. And you'd be surprised what people would buy from you, right? One person's, trash is another man's treasure. So
Yeah, I mean,
definitely
I used
look to
to
sell
give away
items.
I used to I usually have a couple pairs of sneakers just because, well, there's something I usually like to go with. But I mean, when they don't fit, I used to give them to some of my friends like who lived down, some of my neighbors, they were a few years younger than me. So like I wouldn't get to wear them that much and they'd be in really good shape. So, I figured if they were gonna go buy sneakers, I'd be like, hey, you can take mine. They're pretty nice, right? Like I
That's
remember,
awesome.
yeah, my dad and then my parents always bring clothes over to the Salvation Army. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the place you can check if you're really strapped for cash. There's some good stuff there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like right down
Or
the
you
street.
can donate it to the CACs.
There you go.
There's plenty of places you can donate clothes. Like if you're really strapped for cash and can't afford it, there's a place to get it. Like, go to yard sales, they might have it, like various donation areas,
Yeah.
We used to shop at Savers a lot growing
yeah,
up.
there's
Yep.
lots of fun things at Savers.
Savers was now I give back, but that was a big saving grace for sure.
Yeah.
Don't go to the one in Worcester. My daughter used to work there, and they have bed bugs really bad.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hey, did you
no.
also get a call about the new coronavirus restrictions like just now?
I didn't get something just now.
I got a call from like the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, but it was the same number that called me about my dad's Subaru Outback like 2 hours ago.
Oh no.
Right?
So before we just get too off topic here, we'll just come back to the list. Borrow things if you can, donate, sell items you're not using. I have 3 boys in the house, so we're constantly cycling through clothes. I'm very fortunate to have a family up the street who passes along their son's old stuff, and my kids think it's like Christmas every time a bag comes down from up the hill. They can't wait. So we love that. Give your old stuff some new life. That's a really good.
Yeah, I know, we're pretty good off now, but when I was in like preschool and kindergarten and stuff, we really weren't great with money. Like I know my dad broke his foot at work and he had to go, and then my mom had to get a job and we weren't doing great. So I remember, I think it was my Uncle Danny. He was donating clothes for my sister because, I have a cousin who's like a year older than me and like 3 years older than my sister. I mean, it didn't last long. It only lasted like that for a year. And then my mom kept working after that. But I mean, yeah, like if you have family and stuff.
Yeah. You don't even really need an extenuating circumstance to accept donations like that.
Yeah, look, I'll take free stuff. You got free stuff, I'll take it.
Exactly.
The amount of stuff that I own that's just free stuff that I've just been given like as gifts or
right.
Just because I feel like it's a lot of stuff. Like I can't, it's just real. Don't be afraid to accept a gift. Like never don't accept help. Like even if you don't need it, if they're going to offer it to you and you're going to use it, it's
great.
called being smart.
So
Exactly.
one of the things on here, I know, Angela, you have do a quick Google search to price compare. There is, I have a little, I guess it's kind of like an app. It's like a little extension in Chrome. It's called Honey.
I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of that.
There are no strings attached. There's no anything. I will not shop without it. And what you can do is when you get to like your cart, if it is something that, you need, right? I'm going to buy this winter coat. It will automatically do a search for any coupon codes and apply them. But it will also tell you if the price has changed recently or if there's even a website, another website selling the same item for cheap.
Wow.
What's that called? Honey?
Called
Like honey? HONEY.
HONEY. It is, I've had it for a couple of years now. There's no catch. I don't even get like extra emails from it or anything. You can add it as like a Chrome extension to your browser. It's a great way to make sure that you're always getting the best price that you can, or notice like, you know, this item changes price a lot and it'll tell you, oh, it's a little bit higher in price now.
I
Maybe
was gonna
it's
check that out. I saw that the other day.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Because I would, before I had it, I would always go, after I was ready to buy, I would then go search, you know, for whatever website I was on, you know, coupon codes and see if I could get any. This will automatically search. So it's
Awesome.
going to apply them and apply the best one that you can get. So it's a really good, if you are buying something new from a website, definitely always use Honey.
I have 2 questions. Can
Yes.
you use it on your phone?
There is an app on your phone for it. It doesn't work the same way. It's so that's I haven't figured out how to, maybe other people are more savvy and can make it work the same way on your phone. When I've tried it on my phone, it seems to just show me just deals in general.
Okay.
Seems like a totally different thing when I'm like checking out on my computer screen.
Okay.
That was
Question.
so that was one question. Question number 2.
Question 2 is, how does it work with, does Amazon like roll into the mix as far as where they price compare?
Yes, Amazon comes into the mix in terms of price compare, and with it has this changed in price recently.
Oh, that's great. Okay, cool.
I'm
Also-
assuming it works for every website, right?
Most websites, yeah.
So also, if you can go on, I bought it, and you can go on to Amazon through them, and you can get money back too for what most of the things you buy.
I'm gonna
Wow.
have to get this Ibotta.
I know.
You guys really need to check that out.
Yeah, it sounds like it, Linda. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
Linda, do you also use Ebates?
I just started checking that out. They changed it to a different name.
Oh,
Different name. Let me check it.
Linda, you're pretty savvy with this.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
should be
think,
doing this.
I'm gonna have to get off now. Dinner's gonna be ready any minute.
All right, bye,
I mean,
Logan.
I enjoyed
Thanks for
talking to you guys.
joining.
Like this is the first visions thing I've done in a while. So I mean,
Bye, Logan.
Oh,
We're happy to have
Yeah.
you. Bye, Logan.
Rakuten, something like that.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
RAK.
eBay's turned.
Oh,
changed
I
it
just
into that.
Googled it. I'll put it in. Put it in the chat, guys.
Oh, awesome.
That's for Ebates, and I'll put Honey in too.
Oh, yeah, add that.
Do I bought it? IBOTTA.
That's awesome. I did not realize that Ibotta could be used on items that were not
Anything.
groceries.
Anything. Some of the apps you can use it for gas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
What's the other one I do? Sarah, you want me to just tell you the names of the things I use?
Sure. I'll see if I can get them in.
Okay.
Oh, it's Join Honey, not just Honey.
Yeah, joinhoney.com.
That's awesome. While Linda is looking for that, I'll just go through a few more of these. I'm not looking to keep you guys all night, but some of the downfalls with ordering things online is the pricing, right? I don't know if you guys have run into this, but I've ordered a few things from Amazon, like clothing, and the sizing is not what I'm accustomed to. So it's either like really big or really small. So just taking the time to take your measurements, whether it's clothing or furniture or whatever, and making sure that you're ordering the right one of those items can save you so much time and headache and money if it's not like a free return situation. So definitely take the time to do that, especially on bigger purchases.
I'm going to add to that.
Yeah.
Tailors are cheaper than you think they are.
Oh.
So if you're on the line buying a size up, it's easier to tailor something down. You can bring something in easier than you can take something out. in size. So buying up a size, or even if it's just one size up, once you get to it's a massive job for tailoring, that's different. But if it's just like I'm gonna buy one size up, because sometimes on Amazon I find like right one size is $50 and the other size is 15. Like, so if you can just buy one size up, tailoring, I used to have, I'd bring a couple, I'm short. I don't know how many of you know me in person. I am not a tall person. So I would buy regular length pants and go and have them and bring a stack of maybe 3 or 4 pants, and I would have all of them hemmed for $15. Tailoring is cheaper than you think it is. So that's a good, so even, talking about going to Savers, and there's something that's really good quality, really good brand, but a little bit too big, you can buy it cheaply and then have it tailored. A lot of those stuff, $8 to have a shirt brought in. I've had really good luck. So don't forget that that's always an option. And then it's custom fit to you, and it'll fit perfectly, and it'll look more expensive than it was.
Are you ready for me?
Yes.
Okay, the first one is Receipt Hog.
I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna see if I can get a website.
Linda, can you tell us what you used Receipt Hog for?
You take pictures of any receipt, and let me check. You built out coins, and you can get gift cards.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. What else do you got for me?
Coin out. You can get money with that one. Get money back.
Perfect. Anything else?
Oh yeah. Fetch rewards.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah. It's kind of like Ibotta, but it's not as good as Ibotta. It's good, but not that good. That's the one I started out with.
And then you got more into it. Yeah, I've always questioned these and wondered how legit they were. A couple of years ago, I had a friend who was like, I've been on eBay since like 2006. Like, you have to do it. And she's like, I've made this much money. And she's like, why wouldn't you be doing it? So these are legit, and you do get money back. And I have zero clue how it works, but I think these are good.
The other thing about like Ebates, whatever, I don't usually buy that stuff. I usually use it for food, towards food.
So that's where like Receipt Hog and Ibotta are maybe a little bit better, where you're just taking a picture of your receipt and it applies a little bit more easily. Great.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
I'm not done yet. I also Savings Star.
Savings what?
Savings Star.
Savings Star. I feel like I've seen that. Is that connected to the grocery store?
Yeah. It's you can go anywhere shopping.
Yeah, it says cashback on groceries for savingstar.com.
Mm-hmm.
Linda, are you using these all simultaneously, or like you use one for one thing and one for another, or like one receipt for 3 different locations?
Nope, I use them simultaneously, whatever.
Wow, so you get paid triple on some of them.
Well, you can't use one thing on other ones. So like you use Ibotta and you send them the receipt. You can't do it to the other ones.
Oh, you can't. Okay.
No.
Do they like feature different like items each week, or is it a different percentage that you get back per website or per app?
It's the different percentage on what the item you want.
Okay.
Like here, I'm looking at right now. Like, let me see. Go to Walmart. You can use it on Walmart, Market Basket.
Oh, that's cool. I'm
That's
just
great.
wondering if there's one app that always gives you the most back and is most widely applicable.
Yeah. Like here, buy a 20-ounce, 120-ounce of Mountain Dew, you get $1 back.
That makes that Mountain Dew just about free.
Yeah.
In one 20-ounce Pepsi, you get $1 back. But you can only do it one time.
That's
Like,
cool.
They're great deals, Linda. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've been doing couponing and rebates for like, how old is my daughter? For like 30 years.
I'm wondering if it would make sense if you do something like that too, to have like a specific bank account that stuff all goes in there so that, or
It goes on, you can put it on PayPal. You
Oh.
can have it sent to PayPal or your bank.
that's good to know too.
I used to be on welfare, and I don't know if you guys know about welfare. You don't get much like people think.
I think you could teach a class on this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we found your zone of genius, Linda.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I used to live on $250 of food stamps. No, not even that, a month on welfare.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
for three people.
For 3 people, wow.
That's impressive.
So yeah, you know all the tricks. I bet you were even laughing at my struggle meals. You probably have even better ones that are cheaper and better.
What's cool is I used to work at Price Chopper in Shrewsbury, right? And I worked on the floor, so I got the flyer before anybody else. So I'd take one home, match up my coupons and stuff. So I would save that way too.
Yeah, it's a great way.
That's awesome. I hope you taught your daughter those money saving skills.
Yeah. You ever see the Hershey hot chocolate? It was like 5 envelopes in a box. They were like chocolate raspberry, double chocolate.
I think I know what
Before
you're
you
talking
turn-
about. Yeah.
Huh?
I think I've had those, yeah.
One time I brought home like 50 of them. Cause you used to be able to double your coupons or some of them you can triple them, but they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to find. I'm personally really good at leaving my coupons pinned to the refrigerator and not taking them with me. That's what I'm good at doing. So if you have a trick for remembering your coupons, and then even if I'll put them in my wallet, so I'll definitely remember. So if anyone has a tip for remembering to use your coupons, speak up now.
Yeah, the same thing happens to me, but that's why these apps sound really cool, because you don't have to remember anything. You're just after the fact scanning your.
Just pick what you want. You don't have to buy all the stuff there. Just buy what you like, you know?
Right.
You're not committed to buying, say like you buy spaghetti sauce, whatever. You got a certain brand you like, and it's on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Linda.
Yeah, that was
You're
awesome.
welcome.
Quick question.
Is
it possible to like add up a whole bunch of coupons to like make it like a product free?
Yes.
Is possible?
Yes. You ever watched that TV show Coupon Queens, whatever?
Nah, not really. But
Really?
I'm gonna add it on my list of shows to watch.
No, I'm talking the other one. Well, I used to do that. I used to have this big plastic container with my coupons all separated by the brand and stuff. And I used to take like an hour or so going through the grocery store. It's well worth it.
Awesome.
Too much time.
Oh, that's why I do it like iWater. It's better now.
Easier.
You don't have to cut out the coupons and all that.
We never used coupons before because like it would take off a price, but it wouldn't be that much. So we're like, what's the point, man?
But like
no, it adds up real quick. I just cashed in my thing for $40. And that was for
Really?
that was one shopping trip.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, I think we all gotta get on Linda's wavelength here. Everyone get these apps.
Wow, that's awesome, Linda. Thank you so much for telling us about this. I think we know what we're all going to be doing after this workshop.
Thanks.
I also with Ibotta, you go through the app and you can get a free Thanksgiving meal.
Wow.
Your turkey, your gravy, mashed potatoes, everything.
Pretty good.
That's awesome. So, excuse me, guys, I wanted to move on a little bit. I feel like we've touched on most of the tips I have on here. The one thing I wanted to mention before we wrap things up is that you can often repair things that you have so that you don't have to buy new. Like small appliances or things like can often be repaired kind of easily if you look at a YouTube video or, figure out what's going on. Also clothing, like if you need to repair a zipper, like I know Sarah mentioned going to the tailor, but a patch or something like that. There might be ways to eke out a little bit more life in the items that you currently have so that you can put off that purchase at least for a little while if you need to. So definitely think about ways that you could potentially still use that item that's looks like it's a little worse for the wear. You could dye your clothes. Tie-dyeing is very in right now. I'm thinking about doing a few myself. You might want to do that to some of your older shirts or whatever, give them a little new life for a while.
I'm a hippie. I
So
was
tie-dye
born in 1960. That used to be really popular when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Back in the days before you guys were born. When you
So
were
we've heard from some
twinkles.
of you. That was really great, Linda, educating all of us on these amazing tips. Anybody else have any other fun things that they want to share before we head out?
I guess if I could just make one point, I meant to say when we were talking about cheap, easy meals, what we do, there's a brand at the store. It's called Lean Cuisine. Basically, it's like microwave TV dinners, and we also get chicken breasts, and we have this barbecue sauce that we mix with maple syrup, and it tastes very good.
Nice.
Great.
I'm making hamburger helper right now.
Nice.
But I usually just buy the stuff and make it myself. Get the cheese and hamburger and the noodles. You usually have that stuff in your house anyway. But I got 3 hungry teenagers, so this is what I'm getting.
I would just add it's a process too, right? So you have to keep reevaluating and sometimes you do the stuff for a little bit and then you let it slide, right? But keep coming back to it and say what's working, what's not working, where can I make a few more dollars, save a few more dollars, and how am I going to use it? So always keep reevaluating would be my tip.
That's a good idea. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention before we head out. I can't believe I didn't already talk about this, you guys, is the library oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how much I rely on our local library. Even during COVID, they provide so many amazing services other than just the newest books and whatever. They often have tickets to local attractions, zoos, museums, water parks, any kind of thing that you might be looking to do in the area. I would check your local library first because they often have discount passes available to you. And not a lot of people are utilizing these services. So they might be available on the day you want it. So definitely keep your eyes out for that. Also the Overdrive or Libby app. I absolutely love that. You get all of your audiobooks, you have instant access to the local library's full electronic catalog. So you can instantly download, audiobooks, ebooks, whatever you might want. And with your local library card, you also can get access to the BPL, the Boston Public Library, which is another huge resource. They often have things that your local library might not have access to. So I'm constantly, listening to audiobooks on my free time. So I don't know if you guys might be interested in that, but some free entertainment there.
Remember to use your student IDs too, because you can get, 10% off at a lot of places. Just pull out that ID whenever you go anywhere and just say, will this get me anything?
Gourmet donuts, you can get a discount.
Yep, lots of places.
Really?
No, already your ID, bro.
Anybody else have any other tips they want to share before we wrap things up?
You can't go in the libraries, but if you need something printed, like in Winchendon, you go billslibrary.gov, I think it is, and you email them what you wanted to print, and they'll print it and call you and let you know when it's ready.
Oh, wow.
I found that out because I need it for school.
Our local library has been amazing. During COVID, they're doing these like activity kits for the kids. So you go online and tell them your children's ages. I mean, their Halloween activity kit was crazy. We got like painting supplies and Q-tips to make a skeleton, like just fun things. And my kids were like, they just loved it. So the library is definitely a fun resource, especially if you have little ones to think about.
Yeah, I used to work at a library.
Oh, love the library.
I was a librarian in the children's room.
Oh, that's so nice.
We won't say how long ago that was.
Well, thank you everybody for taking time out of your night to come and join us. It was a pleasure. I feel like we all learned a lot. So I'm excited to investigate some of those tools that we learned about.
When we go back to school.
Yeah, right. Let me just check. I think I'm supposed to put in the link for the evaluation.
That, Angela.
Sarah got you covered.
Oh, you did? Look at you. Oh, Dawn, you're too good to me. Okay,
No,
good.
Sarah.
Oh,
Sarah Williams.
Is that in the chat or where can folks find that? Okay, perfect. So just
It's in the
make sure
chat.
that you open that up before we leave so you can finish that for us, please.
How do I open it?
Can you see the chat? Are you able to access the chat?
Yeah, here we go.
And then I think it's just a link, so you should be able to click on that.
Got it.
Thank you, Angela.